just loading frames for the Inspire project, which is going to be in the Dole on our openings on May 2nd. So we purchased secondhand frames and we painted them ourselves because it's really expensive when you're trying to put together a photography show with large format prints. So this is the way that we went. We put a little bit more elbow work in. It's a photography and installation project that me, Chris Benson, and Leah Diggins have been working on for about 3 years now. Leah's the writer, and so there's a companion story that goes with each of the images that we're taking of kids between the ages of 13 and 24. They've all kind of gone through some sort of obstacle in their life. We have kids who have been ill, have lost a parent, have dealt with suicide in their family, drug addiction, alcohol addiction, and well, everybody on the project, almost everybody has been affected by suicide in some way.
My 19-year-old assistant killed herself. And, you know, I had just talked to her that day.
When I was 12 years old, my dad committed suicide.
2 months later, my other assistant's fiance hung himself in their house. And I was the one that called 911 on that one, and it was just horrible.
And so this was Chris's baby. This was Chris's idea, her vision, to put this together after some troubling things that happened in her life.
And then in June, about 4 months later, a friend of mine had a planned overdose and killed himself.
So my family is all survivors, and we've kind of been through the ringer with how to deal with those situations.
And even the way that Leah writes the stories, I mean, she does such an amazing job. And we don't dwell on the tragedy. I mean, we really, the idea, like I said 20 times, is that we are really interested in how they have overcome such sadness and horribleness.
Portrait in each image. So we tried to tell a little bit of a story about each of them in their image. So if they were a musician, they were featured with their musical instrument. If they were a dancer, they were dancing. So we tried to take expressive portraits that really helped describe the person and what they used and hung on to kind of pull through troubling times in their life. Has kind of pulled through in a different way, and they haven't really turned to using drugs or alcohol or the very common things that happen to people when they're faced with adversity at a young age. And so we just wanted to highlight each of them and kind of tell their story to kids in South Dakota because we have a really high suicide rate here, and we felt that that was an important story to tell, that people were really pulling through and not just giving up all the time.